The bear gulped down a mouthful of little fish, but instead of getting stronger, his body looked even thinner than before. This left the wild child standing nearby completely puzzled. He pressed his ear against the bear's belly, listening carefully. He wanted to check if the bear had come down with some strange illness. After listening for a while, he pulled out a periscope. Then he jumped right onto the bear's face and shoved the scope straight down into the bear's stomach. What he saw inside was shocking. Turns out, a worm had made itself at home in the bear's belly, and it even gave him a cheerful little wave. The wild child's hair stood on end in fright, determined to help the bear get rid of the pest. They placed an apple in front of his mouth, hoping to lure the worm out, but the worm just whistled. Then it sucked all its friends hiding inside the apple straight into their new home. Soon the worms were partying wildly in the bear's stomach. Seeing how arrogant the parasites were, the wild child grabbed a rooster and shoved it into the bear's mouth. For a moment, the bear's stomach went silent, but before they could breathe a sigh of relief, the thumping party sounds came back again. The rooster had betrayed them, joining the parasites on the dance floor. After all this chaos, the bear was now incredibly weak. That's when the wild child suddenly had an idea. He prepared a bowl of unbelievably stinky herring soup. To make it even deadlier, he tossed in a pair of socks that hadn't been washed in 20 years. Then he armed himself with a weapon and stood guard behind the bear's butt, ready to strike the parasite the moment it came out. With the monkey's help, they poured the foul mixture into the bear's mouth. At once, the parasite stopped dancing. Seeing that the trick was working, the little monkey dumped in even more nasty ingredients. The wild child cheered the bear on non-stop. Before long, the worms were so dizzy from the stench that they could barely think straight. The wild child grinned with satisfaction, but the very next moment, the bear let out a massive cloud of green gas. The blast knocked the wild child out cold, and while the monkey stood frozen in panic, the parasites quickly packed their bags, escaped from the bear's body, and went straight into the wild child's stomach.